Hey, welcome to another episode of Beer's Jacket Barbecue. Today I'm going to do a little something different. Going to do some of my famous lobster mac and cheese. It's famous within the 10 people that usually get to eat it. So that's about it. But working with Langoustine lobster tails, a 2-pound bag. Normally I use a pound in my batch, but I'm going to try 2 pounds this time. The test I'm going to do today is I'm going to actually make 2 pans. One I'm making in the oven like I've always made, and the other one I'm actually going to put on the Kamado Joe with a little bit of smoke. Won't be too much smoke. And that's going to be my experiment. I'm not sure when this one's going to come out, but typically I make the lobster mac and cheese every Christmas. The group we have come here always looks forward to it. So today, like I said, going to try something different. My trusty cameraman Jack's not here, so like I said, it's a total experiment. Plus, if he hears lobster, he usually shows up. So good thing for Jack, though, is actually, like I said, don't know when it's going to come out, but we're doing another episode tomorrow night, so he'll get a taste of some lobster as a side dish to what we're having. So we'll be back when I show you the process. I mean, part of it's going to be in the kitchen, and the last part's going to be out in the grill when I throw it on the grill. So see you soon. All right, so I'm going to make the sauce that the lobster goes into that we're going to do for the lobster mac and cheese. You can see I have actually 3 tablespoons of butter in there right now. I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of flour into it, kind of mix that up, and then I'm going to add some milk, the lobster meat, and then I'm going to add that to the pasta. So I got one pan going, I'm going to make the sauce, the other pan going, I'm going to make the pasta. Using Fusilli noodles, I'm going to let them start boiling. I'm going to do them for about 9 minutes to be al dente, because they'll go into the sauce and then get cooked. I'm going to add the milk. 2 cups of milk. Also take some salt and pepper. I'm getting the lobster ready back here. Keep stirring with the milk so you don't scorch anything. I just keep stirring the noodles. Once this goes to a simmer, I'm going to add the lobster to it to get the lobster in it. The lobster will give it a little bit of water, but then I'll keep going on that part. All right, it's going to get ready to start rolling here. I'm going to add the lobster to it now. See, I had it almost totally thawed. There were just a couple pieces in here that, but once it hits this and starts warming up, we'll be good. All right, so I'm going to add the mixture to the pasta, and I'll bring it back across where you can see it. Just do that 1 second here. There it is. So I'll show you when I build it together. All right, so now I'm going to start building this. So first thing I'm going to do is going to estimate here, but get a approximate servings in here. Cover the bottom with pasta and lobster. While I'm doing all this, I have the Kamado Joe out there bringing it up to 350 degrees. I'm also going to set the oven in here at 350 and do the same. So there's first layer of pasta and lobster. I have my cheeses divided up here into 4 different sections. Like I said, do it in 2 layers. So I put the Munster down first. Now I'm putting some white American on top. Like I said, this recipe I don't really mess with typically. This is a little bit of experiment. We're a little ahead of Christmas here, and I know we're going to be doing this at Christmas, so experimenting with that. All right, so my first layer of cheese in there. I'm going to come back now with the rest of the lobster and pasta. I never use these small aluminum pans either, so that's going to be a test in itself right now. Normally calls for a 13x9 pan. My hope here with doing the experiment is come Christmas time, I can just do it either, everybody's going to like it, or our opinion of they'll like it from the Kamado Joe, or they're going to go back to the oven and just, that's where I'll make it for Christmas. I can't say I ever had something like smoked macaroni and cheese before, so it'll be interesting for me to try too. This recipe is basically a mixture of the way my mom made macaroni and cheese and the way my wife's mom made macaroni and cheese. So we kind of took the best of both of them and came up with our own variety, and that's what we're going with here. Actually, the one that's going to go in the oven, I'm going to set this in a larger aluminum pan just in case I have any running over the top. I don't want to make a mess in the oven. All right, so I'm going to throw this in the oven. I'm going to throw it in the Kamado Joe. So like I said, basically I'm just treating the Kamado Joe like an oven today. Getting up to 350 degrees. Bake this for 30 minutes and we'll bring it back in and show you when it's all done. So I'm right at like 360 right now. Just cut the vent a little bit in the bottom to kind of maintain it, but forgot to throw it on. So like I said, I just put some apple wood on this, and I'm gonna set that in the middle, let it go for a half hour. I'll probably check it in about 20 minutes just to be, because I'm nervous of it, but other than that, we'll be back when we pull it off and show you inside. All right, so here we are at the end. This one here on my right is the one that was done in the Kamado Joe. This one here on the left was done in the oven. I think some of the darkness from this one, the grill is running a little bit hotter than I wanted it to. And as you know, with the Kamado, it's hard to bring the temperature down, but did cut the vents. By the time I was done cooking it, the temperature was down to about 330, but it started about 380. So that's, I think, where some of the brownie came from, but no big deal at all. This looks like what we're used to seeing. So I'm gonna spoon some up. We'll put it, what we always do too is we always have comments in, or an outline of the cook. Looks good in the comments. So we're going to do the same thing with this. Let you know which we thought was the best. Like I mentioned before, my photographer Jack will be here tomorrow as we do another episode, and we'll get his opinion on it too. Because like I said, we'll have that as a side. So there you go. If you like what you're seeing, subscribe to our channel. Leave us any comments and feedback. There's ways to contact us, so they're in the comments, and like I said, there'll be an outline that tells everything we did, including the recipe of what we did with the macaroni and cheese. So we'll see you next time.